Water is perhaps the most vital necessity in sustaining all forms of life, and the root development to all that exists on our sustainable earth. Through times of federal and local policy, the government has made a series of law and regulation pertaining specifically to water. The government is in charge of a specific series of national and international requirements and takes measures for the different kinds and usages of water. However, certain communities are ignored in their personal accessibility to water. Across national and international borders, government enacting on water policy has a direct effect on individuals through their communities and opportunities. The United States EPA lays out the federal and state regulated guidelines to follow. Contamination is the number one concern and risk for drinking water. Clean and safe water is an essential human right, which government has taken over in recent years. Today, Congress has placed a number of laws relating to the safety of water, including lead contamination. The EPA also helps communities understand the federal requirements. However, this relates as a socioeconomic issue for certain areas. The right to access clean water is an expected right in some communities, and others as not, such as Flint, Michigan, which began their water crisis in 2014. In result, the lack of water treatment led to lead contamination, which leached from the lead water pipes into the drinking water in Michigan. This exposed over 100,000 Flint residents to contaminated and polluted water, and 4 years later is still experiencing water crisis. Flint residents rallied together, packed public meetings, wrote letters, and protested at their city's halls. They filled clear plastic bottles from their taps to show how the water looked brown or orange and sometimes had particles floating in it. Even showering seemed to be connected with skin rashes and hair loss. The water smelled foul, and a sip of it put the taste of cold metal on your tongue. The CWA, or Clean Water Act, prohibits anyone from discharging pollutants, including lead, through a point source into the United States. However, this didn't seem to apply for Flint residents. In several cases like Flint, we see policy and regulation fall through due to economic class standing. In several countries like Africa, it is challenging to get the policy assistance and sanitary devices it needs. In 2016 and 17, with the surveying of 34 schools in Ethiopia and 24 in Uganda, each school and city rated water scarcity and quality as their greatest and most urgent need. Restrooms on school premises are overcrowded, and there is often general unawareness among community members about hand washing and disease prevention. Studies have also come to show that 3 in 4 girls in rural poverty-stricken areas of the world will not complete their primary school years. This is often because girls are tasked with collecting water during the school day, resulting in long, fatiguing, and dangerous walks. When families are sick from drinking unsafe water, they often spend up to half their income at clinics purchasing expensive medicine and treating waterborne illness, all which is ultimately preventable. In conclusion, policy heavily affects individuals and their access to safe water. Lower socioeconomic or impoverished areas are often ignored in getting the resources they need. In Flint, Michigan, and various parts of Africa and around the globe, the government has wronged them by not making water a regulated issue. Because water is a basic human essential, we often do not even think twice about getting, and the positives of clean water are almost infinite. With the accessibility to clean water, individuals are less prone to illness or disease, are more likely to finish school, and take one step closer to the never-ending cycle of poverty some may face.